This is Braggin's Adventures.
Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Andrew with Braggin's Adventures, and today we're going to take you inside the Disney California Adventure Food and Wine Festival. If you don't know about the festival, it's one of the many festivals they do at California Adventure, where they incorporate specialty food and beverage, as well as some festival-style entertainment. It's definitely a cool thing to check out. The entertainment stuff's included with your park ticket. Obviously, with the food, you're gonna have to pay extra for that, as you would with any food inside the park. So they do it a couple different ways. There is food special for the festival at many of the restaurants that exist within the park, but then they also set up these festival booths that are specifically there for the festival, and they have a couple food options and a couple drink options at each one. You can choose to buy things a la carte, or you can buy what's called the Sip and Savor Pass, which is what we did. They have a 4 ticket one and an 8 ticket one. The 8 ticket one is $61, but it's $56 if you have a magic key. It's a little digital card on a lanyard that you get, and they scan it. A little pro tip for you: head to the back of the park first and hit the very last booth. You can order all of your food there and scan it all with this, and then you only have to go wait in pickup lines to get your food. I will notate what is Sip and Savor Pass eligible with this logo in the lower right hand corner of the screen. If you don't see that logo on screen, that means you cannot use your Sip and Savor Pass for it. If you haven't already, before we get started, can I ask you to click that subscribe button and ring that notification bell for me? If you find the video helpful, we sure would appreciate the thumbs up. Also, find us over on social media. We love chatting with you on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, as well as right here on YouTube. All right, so I'm going to take my own advice. We're going to head all the way to the back of the park. Why do we do this? So that we avoid the crowds and we're going the opposite direction of them. Cluck-a-Doodle-Moo is the farthest in the back as far as festival booths go. And you can buy your Sip and Savor Pass here. You can order all the food here. Definitely a good time. We're going to start with the $9 barbecue beef brisket slider. This is Sip and Savor eligible, and it's just a small slider. All the food you're going to see, they're small little taster portions, okay? Now, we ranked this one a 7 out of 10. This is the very first thing we ate today. So I don't know if 7 out of 10 was generous just because we were hungry, or it was the first thing we had, but I do think it was tasty. It had a nice flavor and a good bite, and it was a great way to start the day. At Cluck-a-Doodle-Moo, we also got the $7 Tangerine Tiki Cocktail. You'll notice this is not Sip and Savor eligible. No alcohol can be purchased with the Sip and Savor card. You're going to have to pay cash for that. That also kind of negates your pre-ordering all your food, because if you want an alcoholic beverage at one of the booths you're going to go pick up food at, you're still going to have to wait in the order line to order those beverages. So the Tangerine Tiki Cocktail, not too sweet. A little sweet, but not too sweet, and it was also a great way to start the day. We're giving this one a 7 out of 10 as well. What a great start. Next, we're going to head to California Craft Brews. Remember, I'm working my way towards the front of the park now. With the California Craft Brews, we're going to have start with a dessert item, the S'mores Caramel Tart. This is $7 if you were paying cash for it. And you know what? I'm not a chocolate guy. We all know that. I'm just not. I don't like chocolate all that much. This was pretty good, though. In fact, Alyssa was a little shocked when I said I wanted to rank it 8 out of 10. They know how to do this. So it was a little heavy because it's chocolate, okay? It's a ganache. But the graham cracker was the right balance of flavor. The marshmallow was perfectly toasted. And they have the caramel under there, which is what brings this whole new level to this dish. Absolutely delicious, I have to say. If you like sweet things, you're going to love this. If you don't like sweet things, you're still going to enjoy this. I don't recommend eating the entire thing on your own. I would definitely share it with someone. And that's the beauty of these Sip and Savor passes. You can buy one between 2 of you and share. You could buy a couple passes and share 16 different food items. It should be noted, while we didn't do it, that the Sip and Savor Pass is eligible to pick up non-alcoholic beverages at these booths. It's just, if it's got booze in it, there's a lot of laws that go in hand with that. So just know that you're going to have to buy those ones a la carte. All right, while we were here at California Craft Brews, we also grabbed the $18.50 Spring Favorites Beer Flight. Obviously, alcohol, not Sip and Savor eligible. These were good beers. There was this watermelon seltzer, lemonade seltzer, 8% ABV. It was the highest ABV thing in there. It was tasty. It had a nice flavor. It was a good way to start the flight. There was also a peach wheat, a hef, and then a golden. They were all good beers. There's nothing inherently wrong with this flight. If I was at a brewery and I got these 4 beers, I would be very happy. The reason we rank this so low with a 6.5 out of 10 is because of the price. I think 18.50 is way too much money to be spending on essentially what is a pint of beer, because you're getting 4-ounce pours. If I go to any craft brewery here in Southern California, I'm going to get a flight with 4-ounce pours for right around the $10 to $12 range. So 18.50 seems high, even considering theme park pricing, and especially when you're considering that the full-size cocktails are in the $17 range here. I just think it's overpriced for what it is. That being said, they're tasty beers. All right, we're gonna move forward in the park to Peppers Caliente. This one's tucked back a little bit, kind of behind Little Mermaid on the way to the Golden Springs area, but it is logically the next place that you're gonna stop here. So what we did, we grabbed the $8.75 shrimp papas locas. So this is potatoes, shrimp, cheese sauce, and a bunch of different peppers. It doesn't sound like it should work, guys. Cheese and shrimp, really? This was one of my favorite bites of the day. It's absolutely delicious. It's well balanced. I highly recommend checking this out, and those peppers give it this nice little kick. We ranked this one an 8 out of 10. Super yummy. While we were there, we also grabbed a beverage, the $17 Cantarito style Paloma. Now, this is probably our favorite drink of the day. It's certainly up there. 8.5 out of 10. It had heat, it had flavor, it wasn't too sweet, it wasn't too much of any one thing. It was just a very delicious beverage. It blew the last one out of the water, honestly. I highly recommend grabbing that Paloma beer over there. Worth the $17. All right, next up, we're going to head over to Garlic Kissed. So we're kind of rounding over in front of the winery area in California Adventure. This is the grilled top sirloin. And everybody, this comes back year after year, everybody raves about it. This is my first time having it. It was all right. The steak was well enough cooked. I know people like to complain that it's overcooked. I thought it was cooked just fine. The potatoes with that chimichurri and the olive oil on the bottom is where this dish is at. And then those little pepper slices. It's a good dish. In comparison to everything else we had all day, it's only going to rank a 6.5 out of 10 for us. I also think it's a fairly small serving for $9. I know the festival is tasting portions, but a like fifth piece of steak in there would have made this a $9 dish, in my opinion. That being said, you're not going to be mad if you order this. It's certainly tasty, especially on a rainy day like it was for us. You can go ahead and grab it. The $17 guava lychee mule here, though, way better than the steak dish, but in comparison with other drinks that day, it was just kind of mediocre. It came in at a 6.5 out of 10 for us because it just tasted kind of generic. When you put the word mule on a title, I want to taste the bite of that ginger beer. I want that lime flavor, and this just didn't do it for us. Next, right next door is Delish. Delish, we weren't going to get a whole lot here because honestly, none of the drink options looked great. But I had heard such amazing things about this carbonara mac and cheese that we had to try it. $9, this is going to be your most valuable bite of the day because they really do fill that tray, and your tastiest bite of the day. We rank this one a 9 out of 10. This is the one to get. If you're only going to go try one dish in the entire park, you have to make it this one. This was both of our favorite bites. We raved about this constantly. We're like, oh, this is the greatest. Oh, and then we would compare everything we had after this back to this one dish, which potentially is unfair. All right, right next door is Uncorked California. We didn't get any food here, but we did want to try a wine flight for you guys. So we got the $19 red wine flight. We're going to rank this 7.5 out of 10. You get 3 fairly generous pours, and I feel like the pricing's on point. If I was to go to a winery in, say, Temecula, I feel like I'd be paying that for a flight like that. The wines were tasty. Nothing spectacular, though. There wasn't any of the 3 wines that said, hey, you got to get a bottle of me. They were good wines. They just weren't anything that made my palate dance, and that's really what you want in a good wine. You want your palate to dance. That being said, you're in the middle of Disney, and we're over here in the Magic Key, little outdoor lounge area for Magic Key holders. It's covered. It's shaded if it's a sunny day. It's kind of secluded and a little more private. And drinking wine there was just a really nice way to spend part of the afternoon, right? The wines are good, though. Give them a try if you're a wine drinker. Next is Nuts About Cheese, and this is probably going to be our least favorite dish, I'm sorry to say, of the entire day. And part of that might be because we had the other mac and cheese first, but this is the $9 pulled pork mac and cheese. We ranked it a 5 out of 10, guys. And listen, again, I might be completely unfair in this, but the mac and cheese tasted like buffet mac and cheese, whereas the other one with the carbonara tasted fresh and made. This tastes like a buffet tray. I'm sorry, it really just did. The pulled pork was okay, just not a great dish. Next door, literally right next door, is Golden Dreams, and you order for both of these at the same line. We wanted to try the $17 peach cobbler cocktail for you. I did not know the amount of dairy that was in this, but we fortunately took a pill and we seem to be doing pretty okay with it. We're ranking this a 6.5 out of 10 because it's very heavy and it's missing something, and neither one of us can pinpoint what it's missing to be called a peach cobbler cocktail. It wasn't bad. It had great flavor. It made me do a little dance on the first sip. As you got farther into the drink, it kind of just lost everything else and washed your palate out. All right, up next, we're going to head over to the Hollywood area of the park to Earth Eats. This is the vegan food stand, and we tried the $8.50 Impossible Chicken Parm. Guys, this is another one that you have to get, and you know if I'm saying that, it has to be delicious. If I didn't know this was vegan, I would not have known. This tasted exactly like a delicious, well-cooked chicken parm. I mean, I'm blown away by how good this is. I was trepidatious about trying it, but you know what we do. We try everything that we can here. This was second favorite bite of the day. Hands down, bar none, second favorite bite of the day. Definitely head over and give this one a try. It's super yummy. And we grabbed a drink there, the $17 watermelon cucumber mojito. That's a little joke from How I Met Your Mother. But anyway, rank this one 7.5 out of 10. It's tasty. You don't really get mojito out of it though. If you just told me it was like a watermelon spritzer or something like that, it would be fine. I didn't taste any mojito flavors. It's a good drink though. Definitely refreshing because it was a little warmer in the afternoon once it stopped raining. Just next door is LA Style, and again with these two booths you order at the same line. Here we grab the $9 carnitas style pork belly, and it comes with this like elote style mac salad. This wasn't great, guys. I mean, the pork belly was good enough, I guess. There was nothing spectacular about it, and I'm not a huge elote fan. I ate all of the mac salad. It was good for what it was. It just wasn't great, and I don't think this plate is worth $9. There are much better things to spend your money or your sip and save credits on in the park. We ranked this one a 6.5 out of 10. It was okay. If you like pork belly or you like elote mac salad, you're gonna love this dish, and then it doesn't matter how much it costs if you enjoyed it. But for us, this would be a pass on the next trip. I'm not probably gonna grab that ever again. Again though, guys, it's completely subjective. These are our opinions, and we've already noticed that our opinions on these foods are differing from a lot of other vloggers' opinions of videos that we watch to plan for this trip. While we were there though, we did grab the $17 spicy strawberry cocktail. This is going to be a really close second for me to the Paloma from earlier. This was tasty and everything I wanted. It's good. It has that heat from the tahini that you want, strawberry flavor. Just an overall tasty beverage. 8.5 out of 10. Definitely refreshing once it warmed up in the day. I'd recommend this drink. Grab this drink and then grab those chicken parm bites next door, and you're gonna have yourself a good little meal. Alright guys, that's our food and wine festival review. 8 foods, 8 drinks. Obviously there's plenty more that we didn't try because we are only 2 people and only have 1 day to do this, and it really is a lot of food. That 8 pass, you can share that with someone and you'll be having a really good time. You can also grab that 4 ticket pass, but remember you don't get your magic key holder discount on that. A couple more little tips about the day. I already talked about going to the back of the park, placing all your orders at 1 kiosk, and then you just have to go wait in the pickup lines. But on top of that, go to find areas where the entertainment is. They have these cool stages, cool little areas, cool little shows that move around. Go watch those shows because they're so entertaining. We had a blast watching all the entertainment all day. Also, I want to mention that the piped music for this festival that they pipe throughout the park is spot on. It's some of the best music choices. And then obviously all the merch, guys. Go spend money on the merch because it's super cute. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye.